Hello, I'm back with another video. This video is me talking about um, my memories of one of my favorite games of all time. And, this isn't a review or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about it and why this game holds a special place in many gamers' hearts. What game am I talking about? Chrono Trigger. Let's get down to it. Why Chrono Trigger may be the most important game, RPG of the 16-bit generation. Even more so than Earthbound and Final Fantasy 4 or 6. The reason I'm going to say it's more important as an RPG is because Chrono Trigger showed the potential of what RPGs can be. Okay, up until that point, like even Final Fantasy 6 was very straightforward to the point. Okay, it was very cinematic, orchestral, whereas Chrono Trigger was epic. It was not orchestral. It wasn't very cinematic. It was just epic. Okay, your actions really, when you had that court scene where you're in court and you're trying to get Chrono off the hook, or when you first met Magus and you're going down the walkway and the candles are lighting as you're moving to meet Magus. The game was just showed the potential of what RPGs could be, more so than almost any other RPG that was out at the time. It had epic characters. All of them were useful. None of them were useless. Each character had their own theme song and their own motivations and trials and tribulations that they had to overcome, And that made Chrono Trigger very much, it had a depth to it that many RPGs, even now, don't have. And that tells you something. Okay. Now, and I'm not even touching the music, which you will be hearing throughout this entire Memories video. The music of Chrono Trigger was just epic. Epic music. Just off the charts. The music of Chrono Trigger was lovely. And it fit. The music, all of the music in the game fit the situation. When you were fighting Magus, Magus's theme song fit the situation. When you were fighting when you were fighting Yakrin, or when you were fighting, Lavos, when you were fighting Massa and Mune, all of the music in the game really fit what you were going for. Okay, all of the characters really, the Black Tyranno, the game was very memorable. It added a lot of things that we had not seen before. Enemies who went into counterattack mode, and when you attacked them, they countered and just destroyed you. Enemies who were immune to everything except magic. Enemies who were immune to everything except physical attacks. Enemies who could dodge everything. The game was just very well made. And you don't find a lot of RPGs that are that well made today. You don't. I remember the first time I played Chrono Trigger, I didn't own it at the time. I played it at, we had a game day when I was in elementary school, and someone brought an SNES and someone brought Chrono Trigger. And my God, they were at the point in the game where you're basically facing off against, you're on the, that huge airship that Dalton basically has commandeered after Lavos was prematurely awakened and destroyed the kingdom of Zeal, the kingdom of magic. And basically, and your party is locked up in prison and you have to get out, right? And I mean, you know, just the game was just, I mean, it was just very, I'd never seen anything like it before. I had never seen anything like that in a game before. And to tell you the truth, I haven't seen anything like Chrono Trigger since then. That game is pure perfection. You will never see a game as well made as Chrono Trigger. Never. You just won't see it. You'll see a lot of Pretender to the Throne, and even a sequel, Chrono Cross, but nothing is good, nothing can beat the original. So, I tip my hat to the people who made Chrono Trigger. I tip my hat to the Squaresoft of old that made such a beautiful, gorgeous RPG for the SNES system. And I tip my hat to the people who left Square Enix, who made that game and left Square Enix and are now continuing to make great RPGs on for other platforms. I do not tip my hat to Squeenix as it exists right now, because those people truly do not. Squeenix can't make good RPGs, not like they did when they were Squaresoft. So I tip my hat to Chrono Trigger, which could very well be the most important RPG ever made. I said it. This is the first episode, and hopefully not the last episode of Memories. Thank you, and have a good day. Okay. This is just the addendum. The ending of the video. For all my subscribers, there will be a podcast coming up tomorrow at coming off at 1:30, going to 2:30-ish, which will include Butterworthy and a special guest. We'll be discussing games and other things happening in the gaming news. So, you know, you guys, I really appreciate you guys coming to listen to it when you get a chance. Leave constructive comments. No trolls allowed. If I find out you're trolling my guests on the podcast, I will ban your ass. So none of that. But if you're coming to have a good time and listen, hands up. Thumbs up, sorry. So, good things await. Keep on gaming.